Hey guys, what's going on? Next project on my 1992 Dodge W250 is to put in bright LED bulbs into the dash to replace all the incandescent bulbs. The LED bulbs that I got are from superbrightledbulbs.com, actually superbrightleds.com, and I'm going to be replacing all of the white incandescent bulbs with green LEDs to hopefully somewhat match the factory color of the green filters on the back of the dash. So I'm replacing all those with the green LEDs, and then I have a few red LEDs to replace the ones behind the few of the idiot lights. There's 3 idiot lights that are red, and then there's the one high beam that's blue, so I have the blue for that. And I think I have an extra green or 2 in here, maybe behind the heater controls. I think there's a light. So I've read that with LEDs you're supposed to match the color of the filter if you want that color to show up the most, because the filter filters out all the other lights or all the other colors of the light spectrum, and you're supposed to match that color so the filter doesn't filter out all that light. So that's why I got green and the red and the blue separately. So we'll see how that works. Okay, so here's the current brightness of the dash lights. I'm just under a blanket here to simulate darkness. These are with incandescent bulbs with the green filters, the factory green filters on the dash. Let's see if we can get a closer up view of each gauge. As you can see, not very bright. And I even replaced these probably in the spring with bright incandescent bulbs, and it's still nothing impressive. These aren't too bad. We're going to go ahead and replace these with the green LED bulbs. Let's see how that does. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the negative terminal on the battery with a 1/2-inch wrench. Okay, coming into the truck now, the first thing we're going to do is take out the 4 screws holding in the fuse panel, and then we can drop the steering column. Now that the fuse panel's off, we have access to these 2 nuts on the bottom of the steering column, and we can just drop those down to the end of the threads, which will allow us to drop the steering column a little bit, and then we can pull out all the screws on the bezel here for the dash, and then we'll be able to pull that out. Now that the steering column's been dropped, we can go ahead and pull out all the screws on the dash bezel. Okay, once you free the bezel loose, there's a few plugs at the back. This red plug at the back of the message center will need to be pulled out, as well as at the back, actually no, not the gauges just yet. So just at the message center here, this red plug. In addition to that red plug, the light for the 4-wheel drive light will also need pulled out, and it just pulls straight back. Now that this bezel's out, we can go ahead and remove all the Phillips head screws holding in the gauges, and then work on the set of gauges on the bench. Okay, so take note here when you're pulling out your set of gauges, there is a connection point at the back which you'll need to pull out, and for guys with automatics, there's also a small little string that connects from your steering column to your PRND indicators that will also need to be pulled off on the column, and then you'll be able to pull the set of gauges out. So there's 2 plugs on the back, which should pull just straight out. Okay, be very careful when you're handling the set of gauges, as everything is plastic, as well as there's your push knob for your trip odometer, and be very careful not to break those. So looking at the back, here's all of our bulbs here. So there are 12 bulbs in total. All these outside bulbs here are for the lights of the gauges themselves, as well as these two, and then these two clusters of 3 bulbs are all of the idiot lights. The 2 outside ones are the blinkers, and then these ones are all seat belt, high beams, check engine light, as well as oil pressure light. So here's how you pull the bulbs out of the back of the dash. You just twist and pull them straight out. There's the old incandescents. And with the new LED bulbs, we've noticed that the contacts on the back of the bulbs, there's the LED, the contacts are going to have to be pulled out to the side because this is the setup of the LED bulbs, or the housing on the new one. So we're going to have to pull these out to the side a little bit so they make contact with those. Here's just a quick demonstration of what I'm doing to the LED bulb contacts for these housings. There's the housing, and then I move the contacts towards the outside. And then when they go in, I'm making sure that they're touching both sides on the way in. I'll just push them right in, and then they're good. Okay, we've replaced all the incandescent bulbs with the LED bulbs, and now we can plug it back in the truck and give it a quick test. We're also going to be replacing the bulb on behind the heater controls, and in order to get out the bulb for the heater controls, it's a lot easier than it looks. The bulb is located just in a hole behind the heater controls in here, so it was right in there, and all I have to do is pull straight out, and then we can replace that bulb the same way we did with the other ones. Okay, now we're ready for reinstallation now that all the LED bulbs have replaced the incandescent bulbs. Be sure to test that all the bulbs are working before you reinstall all the gauge bezels and everything. So now we can put it back together. Okay, now that the dash bezel's back in, and everything's plugged in, the battery's plugged back in, we can go ahead and test the light. Right away, even without a blanket over my head or anything, we can see that all the dash bulbs are much brighter. And here's just, you can't really dim LED bulbs too much. You can a little bit. So this is the point where they turn off. Just right about there. So this is as low as you can go for dimming. That's as bright as you can go. So we'll go under the blanket and take a look. Okay, and here's a quick look at the lights from underneath the blanket. Much brighter. As you can see, for the heater controls, the green LED bulb sort of turned the blue filter and the red filter an off color. So as a recommendation, or maybe in the future, we'll change this light to a white bulb so the filters do their job correctly, because that's supposed to be red here and that's supposed to be a light blue. Okay, here's a quick look at all the idiot lights as well. So startup procedure, I turn the key to the run position. There's all 3 idiot lights. And here, we'll do that again. All 4 of those lights come on to test the lights. Alright, and the high beam light. And the turn signals as well. And the left turn signal. There we go. That's how you replace all your LED bulbs on a first generation Dodge Cummins. Thanks for watching, hope it helps. Okay, here's the test in the dark of dash lights and tachometer with new dash light installed. So here's just a quick look at the lights. Pretty cool. Now let's start it up and see how how the tachometer works. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for watching.